Hey everyone. It's hard to see if this is coming in all right. Okay. Anyways, welcome to Forever Conscious Research Channel. Hope you're doing well today. So, today's video is just going to be a quick one. I'm going to talk about small businesses and how I was speaking with a there we go, that's a little better. Speaking with a small business owner who has a restaurant and it just really drove it home for me. Um, Spoke to him. I think it was last weekend. Uh, just let me know if the audio is okay. I think it's all right, but in case it isn't, um, hello. Some spread lies. Hi, nice to see you. Anyways, so the small business owner that I spoke with, he has a restaurant, small restaurant, and nice place, serves organic, non-GMO food. It's one of my favorite places to go. I go maybe once a month, something like that. And I've seen the business like they're in their busiest time of year is during the winter, and early spring because they have people come from the north and they leave Florida often and to go back north or wherever they're from. So anyways, that's where they make their bread and butter. That those are their busy times of year. And this thing hit, what was it? I mean, they were already being impacted in February, early March, and they did open pretty quickly after everything had, after the lockdown, all that. I think they were open within a week after the lockdown, and they had the distancing. In the restaurant. Luckily, they do have a decent amount of outdoor seating that was already established. But this is what really drove it home for me when I was speaking to him last week that made me realize just how doomed small businesses like restaurants and bars are. So he was saying to me, I was like, oh, so you must be getting close to 100% capacity, or you must be happy because the governor had lifted the restrictions or whatever. He goes, no. He goes, it makes no difference because if we opened 100%, the people that are scared shitless aren't gonna aren't gonna sit down and have lunch or dinner or breakfast. So really, when I heard that, it made me. I didn't even consider that because yeah, someone can reopen and go to 100% capacity. But what happens with the people who are scared out of their minds to not be socially distanced from, each other at tables and all that stuff? So he said they're running still at a little under 50% capacity. And I mean, the writing's been on the wall for small businesses since the very beginning of this thing. They've gotten the worst of it. I mean, you've had Walmart open, all these major big stores open, Home Depot open, all your pharmacies open, your pot stores, your liquor stores. All of those things have been allowed to stay open, okay? But your regular mom and pop place was not allowed to stay open. So it's just disgusting. And it really, I feel for him and his business and anyone out there who might have a small business. I mean, take the advice for what it is, but um, a lot of people who may be listening to this who have a small business, you really might want to consider just cutting your losses now. Um, the way things are headed, it's not going to improve. And even if it were to improve, which is, I'm not that convinced that it will. But I would suspect that you need at least 18 to 24 months of reserves to hold yourself over because, they claim this thing is going to end. Fauci said something like, oh, end of 2021 or something like that. And even then, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that we are headed for a huge financial crash. And so if that happens, then, what does it matter anyways? People aren't going to be able to, they're not going to have money to spend in your local business. So I think the worst thing a small business owner can do right now is continue to take out loans or continue to float their business unless they've come up with a sustainable model to hold themselves up, and meet their needs every month. Um, it's just tough. It's tough, and my heart goes out to any business owner out there who's had to deal with this stuff. Um, the other thing I would suggest, if you're going to stay in business and keep going, don't close. Don't close your store. These mandates are unconstitutional and they're just mandates. They're not law, okay? That's the most important thing business owners got to realize is that they can't force you to close. They can't. So, they here's something I brought up with someone the other day. If you're a business and you're staying open and you're worried about getting a fine because of the quote unquote mandate, which again, I think actually I'm almost convinced that if you took these so called fines, which I don't even know if they're happening, but according to what we hear out there, they are happening. At least, I know they're not as prevalent in the US, but I know overseas they are. I've heard $100, $1,000 fines over in the UK or something like that. But the point is what's going to happen? Either you're going to be fined and you could go to court and battle those and probably win. I would say you almost be guaranteed to win. But the other flip side of the coin is that you close your business because they're telling you to close your business when this next lockdown hits. Okay. And so by doing that, you're losing either way. So my opinion is roll the dice and just stay open and fight the fines. Heck, most of the courts aren't even open anyways. So who knows when those will when those will when a fine would be heard in the court of law. All you would have to do is respond and say that you're not guilty or that you're going to fight it, and then you go to court, and you probably won't even get a court date for a year or two anyways. And in the meantime, your business is still afloat. I mean, you're still staying open. Um, but yeah, I mean, that really, what that business owner said really hit home because when he said that yeah, we're allowed to be at 100%, but he's not going to do it. So he's basically, they're screwed. I mean, that's really the nitty gritty of it all. Anyways, that was really about it. I'm just going to check the chat, see what you guys are saying. I hope everyone's having a good day. Yeah, it's some spread lies says I think their plan is to crush small business. Absolutely, there's no doubt in my mind about that one. Some spread lies also says governments have put the fear of God in the people's mind over a common cold. Yeah, yeah, it's sad. It's sad. But that's about it. I just wanted to do a quick video on that because I thought it was a really interesting position that he finds himself in because he wants to open and yet he can't. And imagine how many other people are dealing with this. It's so sad. But if you're a small business and able to get by, my hat's off to you. But if you're having trouble, you might want to just cut your losses seriously because things are going to get worse. There's no doubt about it. We are headed into a financial crash, the likes of which we've never seen. And and a lot of us have lived through '08, which was horrible. So, anyways, uh, again, much love to you all and stay safe out there. And I will see you soon. Have a blessed day.